Do you guys remember Final Fantasy VII back on the PlayStation 1 and PC? Do you remember Sephiroth? Do you want to know more on his backstory? On why he stabbed, more like turned Aerith into a shish kebab? Well, that time has finally come, I think, with a brand new mobile game. I know, a mobile game. But just like Sephiroth says, I killed your bitch. What are you gonna do? So back in turns, Square Enix has released a mobile game. This mobile game is supposed to be the prelude story before Crisis Core about the whole Final Fantasy VII universe. Is it worth it? Is it worth destroying your phone? We will see. But it can be played on Google Play right now. I'm not sure about Android. So let's hop right into it with Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. It has some pretty good graphics so far. The loading screens do give you a little bit of lore and backstory if you have not played Final Fantasy VII, but most of us already have. So it's practically useless to us all. Wait, what? A 1 gigabyte update? Fine. I guess I'll do it. You gotta play this game, you gotta download the update. And with that, it's finally downloaded, and it instantly starts playing Cloud fighting Sephiroth. I really love the high detail in the graphics. I am playing on a Samsung S23, so it is the flagship for this year, so I expect kind of high quality from this. But for a mobile game, this is fucking amazing. And here is the opening for Final Fantasy VII. I assume this is the remake's opening. I have not actually had the pleasure of playing that yet. But so far, the graphics are really beautiful, I must say. But there are some cons about this game that I will get into later in the video. I just feel like right now the pros should be shown off first over con and then the prawns, because I feel like the cons really don't outweigh the pros. Like, there's so much that the pros can actually do over the cons in this game, and frankly, they're just mobile things that everyone has to deal with mobile games. But with all in all, Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis so far is pretty good. The graphics are top-notch quality and all that in the cutscenes and in the fights. Right now, I will flick to a scene with a fight in it, and it actually looks pretty good. Here is one of the fights with Cloud and Barret. It's the normal mobile setup where you tap the screen and you just do things, you know, the usual. But it is doing the kind of Final Fantasy VII action gauge, which I did grow up using, so I am really used to that. Here is one of the limits. If you actually can get both people to have a limit at both times, you can do a limit combo which does more damage, which I found out pretty cool. But yeah, after you complete the first mission, you get taken to the title screen. And believe it or not, You're gonna love this, guys. You're just gonna love this. There is more downloads, and I mean more downloads. And with that, guys, a lot of cons can actually be outweighed by the pros. Like, literally, it has beautiful graphics. Like, this game is running on a mobile device, and it's covering 3 separate Final Fantasy VII stories. It is one of the best adaptations you can find. It's just, sadly, some of the cons do undershadow it. And I'm going to play some gameplay here and just ramble on for a bit. Right now, what you're seeing is free roam. Like, you're wandering around, opening treasure chests and all that, and battling monsters. Normal Final Fantasy stuff. I've been playing this for like 5-6 hours. I've recorded that much time in footage for you guys. And to be honest, you only see this a grand total of 7 times in my footage, and this is the most interesting one to talk to. And it's a shame that Square Enix didn't incorporate this more, because most of them are just you sitting there and tapping your screen, waiting for the text box to scroll by. And it's just really time tedious. And worst thing is, once you actually do like the first like open world part like this, you unlock autoplay. The game plays itself. Hello everyone, Wasteland Walker here. I'd like to thank you for making it this far, and I would also like to thank my sponsor, Dubby Energy Drinks. Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like any other energy drink. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use any artificial dyes. Dubby contains a lot of vitamins, amino acids, nomotronics, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. The product is made in the USA and is FDA inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. And if you are interested in Dubby, please guys, go check out the website at dubby.gg. And if you order anything, use the code WLWYT for 10% off your next order. Thanks. So you don't have to battle. The game plays at twice the speed, maybe 3 times the speed. I really haven't checked. And it literally just plays itself. Like, literally, you see the circle thing that's tapping? That's me tapping the screen, playing it, playing the game. But then you'll notice that there are sections of the game that is just literally story. Just literally story. Do you move around? No. Do you fight? No. You just talk to people. And that's all you do. And after this point, the game's just like auto mode. Auto talk to people. Auto fight. Auto do whatever the fuck. And I'm just like, okay, I ran through autoplay for the longest time that it actually desensitizes you to actually not playing the game properly, which is not good. And as a free-to-play player as myself, it's a fantastic game. Like, it is fantastic. It covers the lore extremely well. It covers it extremely well to a T. But the problem I have with it is you aren't interacting with the game whatsoever. You notice those circles are gone? I'm not interacting with the game anymore. I sat this down and made lunch and just let this run on its own. And when it went to the menu, I hit OK and went to the next level. Like, that's kind of what frustrates me about mobile gaming now. They really don't want you on your phone because most developers are crypto mining and shit. I believe Square Enix isn't crypto mining, but I don't know. This is kind of sketchy. They just want you to automatically just walk away and idle the whole game. While there's massive lore going on in the Final Fantasy VII universe. I haven't got to this lore yet, but maybe I might get to it later in a part 2 if you guys want. Right now, I'm just doing the stock Final Fantasy VII and Crisis Core content. There's really nothing actually lore-wise being added, which is kind of sad. They're making me redo stuff like that, but it is what it is. Maybe some people haven't played Final Fantasy VII, and they gotta get into it. But the thing I don't like is after you complete one chapter in Final Fantasy VII, it kicks you into Crisis Core, and then after you're done a little bit of Crisis Core, you learn a little bit about Sephiroth and all that. It bounces you back and forth. And finally, I'm back into fucking Final Fantasy VII again for its chapter 2. So there might be way more content added on in the future, but right now they're not putting us in a linear story. They're just kind of blipping us all over. Is it lore accurate? I would say yes. I would say it is extremely lore accurate. But is it faithful to the original Final Fantasy VII lore by actually spreading up and doing all sorts of different things? And to be honest, no, it's not. It really makes the lore even more confusing. Like, the storyline, like, sure, it makes you go from one point to the next in a game, but when it makes you jump from, like, Crisis Core to Advent Children, back to Final Fantasy VII to Crisis Core to Advent Children and all that, it makes literally no sense to my brain, and it really hurts. Like, it really hurts to try to put this all in, like, a straight, coherent thing, you know? And I really wish Square Enix would actually kind of fix this. Like, make us go through the games in order, please. Like, actually give us that ability to go in the games in fucking order. Like, play Final Fantasy VII, then play Crisis Core, then play Ever Crisis, and then Advent Children. Do all of those in that order so we get the coherent fucking storyline and not, like, blip-blop us all over the fucking place and expect us to put together the story ourselves. Because we've been doing that over the past 20 fucking years of Final Fantasy VII's existence. It's kind of ridiculous. And, like, another thing. One thing I do not like about this is, like, it's a mobile game. There's way too many menus. I'm just dabbling in story mode right now because I really don't understand solo play. I don't understand multiplayer play. There's, like, so many menus I have yet to touch, so there's probably so much more to get into in this game. But I just can't, because you see it when it blips up and comes up and goes down sometimes. That menu is confusing as fuck, and frankly, it's not a good menu. In my personal opinion, I would give this game, like, a good... I would give it a good 7 out of 10. And that's only because this is a mobile game without ads being crammed down your throat every 2 seconds. Like, you're watching me play this connected to Wi-Fi. There is like no ads going, hey, do you like this game? Do you want to download this game? No, I don't. I just want to play the actual game and experience it the way I want to play it. And I really appreciate how Square Enix has actually went down that route where they're just like, okay, yeah, no ads in our game. But that's also understandable because Square Enix is a corporate company. They don't want to give out any advantage to competitors within their hierarchy, you know? Plus any fucking people that don't really deserve fame, like those endless clicker games. There might be a video coming out about that soon, but I don't know. This might just be a one-off video. I honestly don't know. It just kind of ended up with me rambling in the end. Like, it is a great game, but it does have its flaws with its, like, limited free roam on, like, 7 levels out of 5, like, hours so far. That's bullshit. The graphics, really good. The storage on my phone is like 8 gigabytes used. This game is using 8 gigabytes of storage. That is a lot for a mobile game. My Switch doesn't even use that for most games. Like, that's fucking crazy. And on top of that, the in-game purchases, it kind of crams those down your throat every time you log in. Like, I understand that you gotta make money and all this, but this is like a very good cult classic game. Millions, if not billions, of people have played fucking Final Fantasy VII. I played Final Fantasy VII when I was a child, and I still remember it fondly from PlayStation 1. How you had 4 fucking discs and all that shit. And those discs were ultra cool. Like, those are the coolest discs. I don't know how to this day they made those discs. But those discs were the coolest technology. And honestly, guys, it's kind of shame to see Final Fantasy VII go this way, the mobile direction. I would have appreciated like a Switch port. I would have gladly paid money for this, to be honest. Like, if you would have gave me more areas to walk around, would have grabbed it more. Would have gladly paid. But on top of this, you got gacha gambling. Like, gacha gambling, guys. This is another main aspect that I don't like. But, sure, its animation's pretty cool. I'll let this go on, and yeah. Just fucking gacha gambling, guys. Final Fantasy VII has been tainted by gacha gambling. But this animation, this animation is so fucking cool and hits me in the feels. The 777 fever. But yeah, guys, if you liked my content, please subscribe, please like and comment. I know it's not much of a video that I've just done, it's just like a bullshit review. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe that this maybe got you to download this game to play it. Or maybe it didn't. I don't know. Either or, I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been the Wasteland Walker. And I hope you have a great day. And remember, gacha gambling is a bitch.